Hopefully you can see this all right. This is going to be quite an awkward one because I've got it on my drawing board and it's not taped down or anything, so we'll see how we get on with that. I'm having to kind of make do amend until we get the art studio done, but hopefully that won't be too long. So I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of what I'm doing. This lovely stag, sorry, not deer. Going to be using a range of things, but like I said, this isn't really going to be a tutorial as such. It's more just to follow my process and me probably rambling a little bit, and we'll see how we get on. But yeah, like I said in my previous video, hopefully we'll get some better filming done once the art studio is finished. The background, as you can see, is like a blurred out bokeh effect, and that's what I'm going to tackle. I've got some pan pastels, and obviously the background is going to be green, so I think I'm going to block it in with the pan pastel and add some soft pastels on top of that. But I'm just going to now get on with it. I'm not going to worry too much about all the foliage. I mean, as you can see in the picture, there's loads of foliage all over this stag, but I'm not going to be trying to get round it. I'm just going to block it all in and then add it afterwards. So let's go. I think this is going to be quite a dark green. It's more of a kind of khaki green. So I just want to get this light coloured background covered really. I'm using my soft pastel tools for this. These are great if you use pan pastels. I don't have many pan pastels actually. I bought a collection of earth colours because obviously I mainly do animals, and they were fab colours, really nice neutral kind of colours. So I'm just going to block this lovely stag in. And then we're going to add some different greens, I think, in soft pastels until it's where I want it. And then we'll do the bokeh effect on top of that. So I will probably do this tutorial in several parts. And we'll call this part the background, and I'm just really trying to cover up the light, and this probably looks white on camera. This is actually a light grey pastel matte paper. It looks quite light on screen. I mean, it is light. It's very light. I was quite surprised when I got it actually. I thought they'd sent me the wrong one, and I have mounted this onto foam board. I think it's a 5mm foam board. I've got a picture on my little pad, and I've got a printed photo to my left, and I'm trying to see where this green is. So yeah, I can actually still see where that foliage is there, so it's not too much of a worry trying to put that back in. I want to get as close up to the deer as I can. Obviously he's going to be furry. He's very furry, this stag actually, and I want to be able to come over the edge, you know, with his fur. So you want to go right up to, not so much this part because it's covered in the foliage, and this part of the picture is a lighter green. I might actually just do it all the dark green. We'll see, but let's get this blocked in anyway. Don't worry too much if you go over the edge of your stag. This is just really rough. I'm really not being careful at all. I just want to get it done as as quickly as I can, really, to get rid of that base colour of card. Like I said, I've mounted this pastel mat. You can actually buy the pastel mat as a board, you know, as a card. But I ordered 5 large, kind of A1 size sheets, because I wanted to cut it up into different sizes, and I did actually want some paper. I didn't want the board. But the foam board is quite inexpensive to buy. I think I bought 5 sheets. Again, large sheets. I think it was less than £10 on Amazon, I do believe. I will check that, and I can put some links in the description. The pan pastels I got from, I think it was Jackson's. It might have been Cassart. I can't remember. They had a deal on for the little sets, and like I said, I just kind of fell in love with this little earth set. Colours were just ideal for animals, and it's great for me if you're into animals and things like that. It's great. I know this is lighter down here, but I'm just going to block that in as well. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we've got this top where his antlers are. I'm going to go up here between those. Around his ear. His ear is not too fluffy, so do make sure, I want to make sure I get right up there, and obviously the antlers are not fluffy. Okay, there's a tiny little bit there and there. And then the other side we are these little soft tools are great for getting into the little spaces. So not only is this covering the lighter card, it's also, once I come to put the other greens on top, it's going to be easier for me to see where they need to go. I'm questioning this bit by his eye. This bit here. Maybe a tiny bit there. We'll do it anyway. You can always correct it, doesn't matter. You can always correct it afterwards. Okay, so this is antler, so we want to go this side. And we are up here, around this antler. Okay, so let's just make sure I'm up to these edges where I need to be. There. There we go. Right. Okay, so that hasn't really served purpose other than to show me where the green is going to go and to block out that grey card. Okay, so I'm going to swap out the tip of my little tool. I do keep them. And this one I've used, I don't know if you can see that, I've already got some green on that one, so I'll reuse that one. Okay, so I am going to use these. These are my Inscribe soft pastels. It's got some lovely greens in there. I've also got here some Jackson's Art own pastels. They're a bit more vibrant, I think, so I think I'm going to go with the Inscribes. And I want a dark, very dark, so let's just try. I've got a darker one. Yeah, that's probably better. Let's have a look. That's more of a khaki, that's no good. Okay, so I think, yeah, it's going to be a mix, I think. Try a few. That's quite green, isn't it, that one? I'm going to go with this one. And we can always darken it up if need be. I'm just going to get this in. You all right? Hopefully, as you can see, I am really not being careful about this at all. Because I'm now going to take my soft tool and I am just going to give that a quick blend so it's a bit more even, and then we're going to add some colours on top. Don't worry about going over the antlers or ears, or obviously don't go right over them, but don't worry if you, like I just did there, don't worry about that. Okay, now, okay, so we've got some dark spots and some light spots on there, and have a look at this. Now, I think that might be a bit too green. That might be okay. That's a green. Okay, that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blob some random green, and here we've got this kind of lighter bit, so I'm just going to literally put some random green in, and then I'm going to blend that out. So we hopefully will have A little bit of variation with those greens. These are my favourite sort of backgrounds to do because you haven't got to worry about being perfect, and it just kind of adds to the effect if you're not perfect. So it's all good, and it's meant to be fun. Have fun with it. So as you can see, that's changed it quite a bit. So that'll be the first one I put on. There. Now I think I'm going to go for a lighter, maybe a light khaki, maybe this kind of, like a lighter khaki. I'll try a few spots of that. I am looking at the reference picture, but I'm really not too worried about it. There's loads of foliage here, so that's all going to be covered. So just a few random kind of spots. There's loads of foliage here as well, so yeah, just a few kind of wherever you think. And down here where this light colour is, I think I might put quite a bit of this khaki there. And swap my tool over. And same thing again, just blend these circular motions, blend these in. Nice big circles. And you really can do this as much as you want. I mean, obviously, depending on the paper you're using, you know, it'll only take so many layers, but as long as you don't put it on too thick, it should be fine. So hopefully you can see that start to give this kind of effect that we're after. And down here, I'm just going to blend this in. Start to get that lighter patch down there. There we go. I do feel like we need some darker patches as well, to really make that pop. So what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to take this dark, and in between where I've just gone, and you can't really see it very well, I'm going to put some smaller darker spots. Again, just random really. I mean, you don't want them too kind of close together, but it is very random. Put half of one there, and maybe half up here. And again, I'm going to come in with the tool, just blend that in. So we've got a few darker patches on there. And then we're going to go for the lighter patches. And hopefully that will give us a nice variation of a mottled background, which is what we want. I mean, the focus is going to be on the stag anyway, so we don't want to honestly worry too much about the background, but there we go. Yep, I'm liking that. It's looking quite good. I actually don't think that I need to add any light patches because the effect this is given in between is quite light anyway, but I will show you a little trick. I'm quite happy with that now. I've obviously got to lighten this patch here, so I'll do that in a second. These little tools come with the pan pastels. Oh, these little sponges, and you get, I mean, they look like little makeup brushes. These will come with the pastels. What I was going to say is I'm going to put a new tip on my soft tool, but let's give this a try. I might give it a try down in this light corner and see how much it lifts. Let's compare it with the soft tool. You can buy these covers for the soft tools, quite inexpensive for a pack of spares. So I'm going to put the clean one on, just as well because I go through lots of them. And anywhere that I want it lighter, I am going to put my clean soft tool on. And, oh, I don't know, I'll use this. So I'm just going to wipe the tool off to get the excess pastel off, and I'm just going to put some lighter. I'm going to lift off some of that pastel and give me some lighter spots. And you can overlap the dark spots, doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll have one there. Okay. And we can always come back and revisit the background. You know, it's not sort of once you've done the stag, you can't kind of come back to it, because you can. So, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm just lifting a few random little patches. Quite a big one there. And we want some down this side as well. Maybe one there. You see how it's just lifting the pastel off, and because we've put those different colours on, it's giving it a nice kind of effect. Maybe put some smaller ones. Between there. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. Now, as you can see there, if you remember, I picked up one of the blues by accident. I'm not worried about it because I've got a load of foliage that's going to go over there, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I like the way that's looking at the moment. Yeah, this bottom corner, which is a lot lighter, so we can get that quite. In the picture, it's showing us quite vibrant, that green there, but I'm not going to go quite as bright as that, I don't think. Right, okay, let's try this one. So we want a couple of kind of lighter patches here and there. I mean, you don't, again, have to follow the picture. So kind of green down there, like that. And we've got a kind of almost yellowy kind of colour in there as well. So we'll do that. I think this is, I mean, it's just whatever he's got all over his head is kind of blurred out in the background here. Let's try one of these Jacksons. There's not a lot of difference there, is there, in colour? It's just grey. Down with a bit of grey. And we've got some lighter colours going on kind of there. Like that. It's a bit lighter there. A bit lighter there. And now just going to give that a blend. Literally blending all of those colours together. Kind of circular like that, and then don't blend it out completely. And then I'm going to take my fingers and I'm just going to push that into the pastel mat there. So as you can see, the tools will blend it a lot more than your fingers actually will. So just rub that, blend that in circular motions, and I'm quite pleased with that. We can go over this as well, make sure that's all in there, so it's not shifting it about too much, it's just kind of blending it in. And I think I am going to call for now. We may come back and revisit that, but I'm pretty pleased with that, so yeah. So I hope you enjoyed part one. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. I hope you've enjoyed part one. Part two, I will film possibly tomorrow. I've been a bit cramped for time today, to be honest. It's taken me so long to set the camera and everything else up that I didn't have actually a lot of time. I'm surprised I've got as much done as I did. But yeah, he's looking good. He's really standing out now. The background is looking blurred out, which is what we wanted. And once the stag is on and the details on, it will push the background back even further. You know, so we just want to kind of feel that he's in the woodland with the foliage and whatever this is that he's got all over his face down lower there. But yeah, really pleased with that. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. It was a ramble as well, wasn't it? And I will get on with filming part two tomorrow. And like I said before, once my art studio is done, I want to do some proper tutorials, and I'll provide, you know, the line art and do proper talk throughs, and the filming will be better. I won't be headbutting the camera. And yeah, I can tell you exactly what I'm using from start to end. This is just really you following my process, what I'm doing. But I hope you enjoyed that. And as you can see, it's not as hard as you think to do a sort of bokeh background. It does look crazy messy when you first start doing it, but that's half the fun, isn't it? Well, goodbye for now, and I will catch you with part two hopefully soon. Bye.